Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chill English, the cozy place where we relax, listen, and learn English slowly and naturally. I'm Quinn, and I'm so happy to see you again in today's gentle listening session. Our topic is lunch with colleagues, a moment that may seem small, yet holds so much joy, sharing, and warm friendship. So, take a comfortable seat, breathe deeply, and join me as we walk through a calm, peaceful lunchtime together. The morning passed quickly, filled with meetings, emails, and the soft clattering of keyboards. When the clock struck 12, the whole office seemed to slow down. The sound of work faded, replaced by the scraping of chairs and cheerful chatter. That was the sign. Lunchtime had arrived. I stood up, stretched long, feeling as if I had just stepped out of a morning rain of tasks. Looking around, I saw some colleagues tidying their desks, others already heading for the door. "Let's go eat," Lon called out brightly from the next table. I smiled, nodded, and followed everyone toward the elevator. We usually went to a small restaurant just a few minutes' walk from the office. It wasn't fancy or noisy, but always cozy and welcoming. On the way, people shared snippets from the morning, an urgent email, a tough client, or simply the weather. Laughter filled the air, turning the short walk into something much more joyful. As we entered the restaurant, the smell of food wrapped around us. The aroma of steamed rice, braised fish, sour soup, and freshly brewed coffee blended together, familiar and comforting. We chose a table by the window, where soft sunlight touched the dishes gently. Lon, as usual, ordered quickly, 3 rice with pork ribs and 2 grilled pork noodles, please. While waiting for the food, our talk drifted away from work to little stories of life. Min told us about the cat he had just adopted, who always insisted on lying on his laptop while he worked. Ha shared her weekend plans for a trip to Dalat, her eyes shining like a child before summer break. I just listened and smiled. These simple stories somehow made my heart feel light. When the dishes arrived, the table fell silent for a moment. Everyone was hungry. Then came the sounds of joy. So good. "Hey, pass me that." "Where's the fish sauce?" It suddenly felt less like an office lunch and more like a family meal. That was when I realized how precious these moments were. Amid the rush of work, this was the one time we could truly relax and be ourselves. No deadlines, no pressure, just good food and warm laughter. Lon turned to me and said, "Eat up. We've still got coffee after this." I nodded. After lunch, our group always stopped by a small cafe near the office. It wasn't big, but it smelled of coffee and soft background music. Everyone had their usual drink, some iced coffee, some milk coffee, others just a glass of iced tea. We sat around a small wooden table, sunlight streaming through the curtains, forming golden streaks on the floor. Ha took out her phone, grinning. "Smile, everyone. Let's take a lunch memory photo." We all laughed, posed playfully, and burst out laughing again when we saw the silly picture. A little later, the talk grew deeper. Lon shared that she was thinking about changing jobs, hoping to challenge herself somewhere new. Min listened and offered advice, while I just sat quietly, feeling grateful for this honest, open moment. At work, we didn't always talk much, but at the coffee table, hearts seemed closer. I loved these lunch breaks. Not too long, just about an hour and a half, but enough to recharge for the afternoon. Sometimes we didn't even need to talk, just sitting there, hearing the spoon stir the cup or the wind pass through the window, was already peaceful. Time, of course, passed faster than we expected. When the clock showed 1:30, we all knew it was time to head back. We cleared our cups, waved goodbye to the cafe owner, and walked together toward the office. The same street as in the morning, but somehow everything felt lighter now. Full stomachs, happy hearts, and smiles still on our faces. As we stepped into the elevator, Lon whispered, "Let's stay strong this afternoon. The boss has a meeting." Everyone laughed. No one felt tired anymore, just ready for the rest of the day. And I realized these small breaks were the true fuel that kept us going through busy days. Back at my desk, I sat down, turned on my computer, and reached for my glass of water. Still cool. The screen lit up, and work began again. But inside, I still carried the warmth of that lunch. An hour and a half. Short, yet enough to bring balance to the day. A reminder that work isn't only about pressure, it's also about connection. As the afternoon moved on, I could still recall the laughter and voices from that meal. A workday can be tiring, yes, but with one good lunch and kind friends, everything feels easier. And I thought, maybe happiness isn't something far away. It's right here, in these simple moments, a meal, a cup of coffee, and smiles shared in the middle of the day. Thank you for joining me through this warm, familiar lunchtime with my colleagues. If you also have sweet memories from your lunch breaks, take a moment to smile and remember them now. And for now, take a deep breath, smile, and get ready for a wonderful afternoon ahead. See you in the next episode of Chill English, where every small story brings a moment of peace.